Sable Danielle, and I'm here to talk about the energetic transits that are happening currently. On July 1st, different gates are activated. So just like planets are activated with astrology, astrology is a major component of human design. And so that is impacted with the shifts, just like the moon goes through cycles. So on July 1st, the gate that was activated was gate 39, which is the gate of provoking, and it connects the root center to the emotional solar plexus center, and it's an emotionally expressive gate. And so you get pressure from the root center to kind of provoke life, tease at life, poke people in order to initiate and spark a transformation, change, inner reflection that can spark some change, and get people to kind of react in order for like the greater good. But it's also kind of like a mischievous type of energy, because who likes to be provoked? Especially if you're getting enjoyment out of provoking people. And sometimes it's not always done on like on a conscious level. Sometimes it's done on a subconscious level, because if you were born with this energy defined in your chart, in your human design body graph, that's not anything that you can turn off. It's naturally within you. So it really just is based off of where you are, what type of inner reflection and awareness you have. Pay attention to how you're coming across. What is your purpose and intent with like speaking to someone? Are you trying to get a reaction because you want to just kind of laugh about it or see what somebody's going to say? Or you do want to initiate change just because, or initiate, some type of seed planting or whatever, just because you feel like you should, or maybe because you want to prove a point? Or is it for an actual good reason? Are you really trying to spark like change and transformation in someone and help someone out? Like, is it coming for the better of the external and the purpose? Or is it coming from an internal ego space where it's like, I want to do this just because I want to do this, and they deserve to get this done to them, or be said to them, or think about this because they're getting on my nerves? Like, that's not the type of energy that you want to maneuver with from this gate. However, it is easy to do so because that's part of the yin and the yang, the shadowy and the empowered or enlightened part of that energy. So the energy is also naturally flirtatious and alluring, and it's kind of like come and get it if you want it. It's teasing and putting out bait, I guess, to see who bites. To see who bites and see who's going to engage, see who's going to be provoked, see who's going to be allured by you. And it's an attention-seeking gate. It's a projected gate, and they need to be recognized and appreciated. So part of that alluring, part of that poking is because they are looking to get a response. Obviously, that is maneuvering from a not-self space, because as a projected type of energy, I'm a projector, you are meant to wait for the invitation and wait to be recognized. And if you're initiating that, then they didn't recognize you yet. They haven't let you know that they recognize you yet. And that's a space of, it's just not in alignment with your, with you being, coming from a good space. It's coming from your not self emotion. It's coming from an unbalanced place. It's coming from a conditioned space, most likely. Also, people can kind of lose it when they're in your energy, when they're in your aura, because your aura is so strong, it is so provoking, it is so alluring. They kind of can be captivated with your energy and how you show up and how you walk into a room, how you speak, how you look. You don't even have to say anything, it just exudes from your energy. And also this channel teaches, this gate teaches people to surrender to what's kind of occurring. Are you going with the flow and facing yourself, or are you kind of forcing and initiating? Like I said, it's a projected gate, so it's meant to be recognized, meant to be invited in. So surrender to that. And also this energy, the energy from this gate can kind of come and have a strong judgment or a direct and straightforward type of way of communicating, getting straight to the point, especially since it stems from the lot of what is going to be said is going to be initiated from your emotions. And that's where it's really important to pay attention to your energy, pay attention to your strategy, pay attention to your authority, and just be very self-aware. If we're not meant to make emotional decisions. So especially if you have emotional authority and you have a defined emotional solar plexus, your emotions can go from 0 to 100 real quick. You're real passionate, real intense, real up there with those emotions. And you don't want to make decisions and commit to things and try to allure people in when you're maneuvering from a really emotional space. You want to let that emotional wave ride out, and then you'll be able to maneuver in a more aligned way and flow in a more aligned way with that energy being in your with that gate being in your energy. And so just to check in with yourself with this gate being activated, it's just asking yourself what your intentions are. Like I mentioned earlier, are you trying to spark growth, or are you trying to prove a point? Is it coming from a good space or a ego type of space within you? It's asking you to surrender and to stop caring and to speak your truth without always feeling like you need to engage with negative things or people that are trying to provoke you, because it works both ways. Especially with the gate being activated and with the transits, even if you don't have that energy defined in your chart, it's still going to impact you. So these are things that you want to pay attention to and still try to surrender and not engage with being provoked or feeling like you're being manipulated or drawn in, and don't always bite the bait. Just really discern and pay attention. And then also don't take things personally. Like I said, a lot of this stems from your emotions and the transits that are happening. And most of the things that occur and most of the things that people say to us are not stemming from a place of we're the problem. Not all the time. A lot of the times people just speak, and they're speaking from their own fears or judgments or projections and ideas and experiences. And so don't take it personal. People are just speaking, sharing their thoughts. We can break things down without feeling like it's a personal attack every single time somebody says something to us. So pay attention to moodiness with the emotions. Don't be influenced externally. This is a gate that can't really be influenced externally. And this gate can also bring up spiritual abundance and wealth and alignment. So those are some things that I wanted to share that you should pay attention to. We are beginning July, and this this gate became activated on July 1st. So I hope that helped. If you want to learn more about your energy type, head to my website, sabledanielle.com/letswork to book a one-on-one consultation with me, and go download the freebie that I made for you. There's a couple of freebies: the Shedding Limiting Beliefs by Design and a Self-Love Guide by Design. So you want to download those, instant downloads, they're free, and make sure you sign up for the newsletter, because you guys always get early announcements and specials, and sometimes they only get certain discounts and specials because they are signed up for the newsletter. I have open enrollment for one-on-one coaching that's coming up in August, and I have a free Know Yourself, Love Yourself workshop coming up in August as well, and you don't want to miss any updates on that. So I'll catch y'all in the next video.